many of our friends and family are able to join us as we celebrate the birth of our daughter and welcome her into our community. We want to thank each one of you who traveled from near and far to celebrate with us. The rabbi was supposed to be here, but apparently there's a gay pride parade in New York City today. I didn't know that. And the Holland Tunnel is closed.
I made it. I made it.
So I don't know exactly when he's going to get here, but he may have things to add at some point, in which case we'll just add them in when he gets here. So our daughter, Talia Sara, made her grand entrance at 6:41 p.m. on June 3rd, which is the 26th of ER, and here she is. So, just before Shabbat, just in the nick of time. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about the name. And naming a child is a very important undertaking. In fact, the Baal Shem Tov says that naming is about a child's potential and what we hope she will be when she grows up. And he gets this because the word Shem, which means name, is the same Hebrew word root as Sham, which means there. So where there meaning where you hope your child will end up, and the name itself are connected. Also about the word Shem, which means name, is the letters in the word Shem are Shin and Mem, and these two letters are also found within the word Neshama, which means soul, and thus the name and the soul are linked. And there's a widespread Jewish custom of naming a child after a relative who has passed away to keep the name and the memory alive, as this also forms a bond between the soul of the baby and the person whom she is named after. And doing this not only honors the deceased because her soul benefits from all the good that the child will do, or we hope the child will do in her lifetime, and the child can be also inspired by the person that she's named after and also form a deep connection to her past. So Talia Sara is named for two of her great-great-aunts. My great-aunt Natalie and my great-aunt Gusti. So Talia, your name Talia comes from Natalie, after your great-great-aunt Natalie. So my Aunt Natalie was my grandmother's sister, and she took a great interest in our lives, writing us letters and keeping track of our interests. And she even kept files on all of us so that she could record all the details and be on top of things. Now, she was a librarian, so maybe it was a natural inclination to organize, but it was still very impressive. And she was very, very close to her sister, my grandmother, and although they lived in different states, she lived in Florida, my grandmother lived in Chicago, they spoke often, sometimes several times a day, and they're intimately involved in each other's lives. And we hope that you too will follow in your great-aunt's path in valuing and prioritizing family relationships. Talia is Hebrew for Tal, which means dew, and Yah, which means God, so dew of God. And Tal is a very important concept for Jewish people in Judaism. We even have a special prayer that we say just for dew, Tfilat Tal, which we say during Passover, and it's actually said with a melody that's used on Yom Kippur, and also you wear a white coat like you do on Yom Kippur to show you the importance of Tal. And people think like Tal or dew is just something we find on the ground in the morning when we wake up. So what's the big deal? Like water can be like the dew, or it can be like rain. Rain can be forceful and torrential. It can cause destruction, or it can be sustaining and nurturing. And the day after Talia was born, we read the Parsha Bechukotai, which basically explains both the good things, the blessings that we'll have, and also the bad things, the curses that will happen, whether we fulfill our responsibilities or not. And rain is mentioned there because rain in the right time, in the right way, can be a blessing, but in the wrong way, it can be a curse. So rain can be both a reward or a punishment, and is symbolic of judgment. Dew, on the other hand, is reliable, it's gentle, it's always there. And because of this, the rabbi said that dew is better than rain. The rabbi said that God's love of the Jews is like the dew, not like the rain, because dew isn't dependent on anything we do. It's pure kindness, like that of a parent. An internal and unchanging love for their children. A parent's love is unconditional and forever, like the dew. And we are standing here not because of torrential rainstorms, but because of the small acts of kindness so many of you in this room continue to do, and these acts of kindness for which we are internally grateful. To experience Tal, or dew at sunrise, is to feel refreshed, renewed, and blessed. And Talia, you are a quiet blessing, a constant renewal like drops of dew on a leaf at sunrise. So Talia, your second name is Sara, and we chose the name Sara, which means princess, in honor of your great aunt Gusti. Gusti is short for Augusta, which means noble, and princess is very noble. My aunt Gusti was my grandfather's sister, and she had a passion for life. She lived in the West Village, and she was active in her community, and going out and finding different things to do, always exploring new things in New York, and whether it was the Botanical Garden or things, or other concerts, things like that. She'd often take the train or the bus or our cabs out to our house to spend holidays with us, and she would always bring us small treasures that we loved. And as she grew older and became housebound, and I was living on the Upper West Side, I would make her meals and go visit her, and she used to love to hear about all the different things that I was doing and living vicariously through my tales of Upper West Side life. I don't know how exciting that was, but she enjoyed hearing about it. Anyways, so Talia, Sara, we hope that you will also be an active member of your community, and that you, like your great Aunt Gusti, will always be up for an adventure. And Sara is also the name of one of the four matriarchs, the four imahot. Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. Sarah was initially Sarai, and when God, Hashem, changed her name to Sarah, the Torah says, and I will bless her, and I will give you a son from her, and I will bless her, and she will become a mother of nations. Kings of nations will be from her. Not only is Sarah a princess, but she is also the mother of nations. Sarah was known for her kindness, her warmth, her welcoming attitude, and the importance that she placed on sharing her knowledge with anyone in need. According to the Midrash, God blessed Abraham in many ways, but the greatest of these blessings was that he merited to have Sarah as his wife. It is said that for her entire life, a light shined over her from one Shabbat to the next Shabbat, and then her home was full of blessing. Talia, Sara, we hope that you also live a noble life, and that, like your namesake Sarah, you'll have a home full of blessings. And to conclude, we'd like to give you the traditional blessing that is given to children on Friday nights. Yisimcha Elohim Kesar Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May you be like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah.
Listen to mommy. You want to go stand next to mommy?
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and guard you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichulecha. May God show you favor and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yiseh lecha shalom. May God show you kindness and grant you peace.
Amen.
And the rabbi made it.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, yehelanu, 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 ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael. Yeah.